Shalom. Couple brothers from GMS Houston coming to you with another lesson. We're going to go into the book of Baruch, the latter end. But before we get started, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles. The elders of Great Millstone as GMS. Peace and blessings to the Akim and a few Akwath across the four winds. I'll read for y'all.
Oh, shit. That's
good. The book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 26. And the house which is called by thy name hast thou laid waste, as it is to be seen this day for the wickedness of the house of Israel and the house of Judah.
Yeah, I mean, look around. Look around at our people. The Lord has laid the house waste. You know, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know, you see, whenever we get into something, we had to do the most. You know, when you see these moles out here, they had to be the most effeminate. You know, they can't just, they gotta be, you know, they gotta have long eyelashes and you know, long fingernails, and you know, and then the woman, she gotta be the loudest. You know, everywhere you go, you hear them before you see them.
Well, that's the spirit, because before we started, we talked about, I had saw that Beyonce's going on tour, and there's one chick I went to school with, she was like, hey, you keep releasing these tours when it's tax season. They know what they're doing. They know that you're going to spend your tax money on that. But, like we were saying, these flamers, they go to these concerts, and they be more decked out than the actual females. And then, like the brother said, the females be loud and, hey, wearing close to nothing. But our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, like the brother said. Baruch chapter 2, verse 27. O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, our power, thou hast dwelt with us after all thy goodness, and according to all the great mercy of thine. As thou spakest by the servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them.
And that's been, you know, I guess the Lord has scattered us amongst all the nations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he performed what he said he was going to do. You know, our Father is strict. I mean, but how can you serve a power that changes? You know, he said, hey, if you don't listen to these words, I'm going to scatter you amongst the nations. And he's performed it. I mean, because we're destroyed.
Yeah, that Deuteronomy chapter 28, the first 1 through 14 is the blessings, but 15 through 68 was the curses. We've been scattered across the four winds and brought to a low state.
And we can see those curses on our people. I mean, it's evident who that applies to. You know, when the small hatters, they want to try and manufacture things, but our people have gone through these curses, and I mean, it fits us to a T. We don't have to manufacture things. I mean, we're still getting gunned down in the streets now.
Well, yeah, and that Deuteronomy 28, it said it will be left. Part of the curses it'll be left as a sign, so you could tell, like the brother was saying. Deuteronomy chapter, Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
And I mean, that's us to a T, a stiff-necked people. But the Lord has turned our captivity, and now we're starting to remember who we are. You know, it's pretty much. You know, that's the Ezekiel chapter 37, right? 37?
Yeah, the dry bones.
You know, our people are starting to wake up to who they are. I mean, on a mass scale. Although, you know, some of them are just, they're not going to get the sinews, you know. They're not going to get the whole breath. But still, you know, our people are understanding, hey, look, you know, we are those people. We're the children of Israel.
And it says in the land of their captivities, like the brother said, hey, here in Babylon the Great, we have that name, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And, you know, the water Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for that, through the Rakak Wadash, we get the understanding of who we are. We can filter these scriptures. The Lord loosened those seals so that we can have that understanding. But being stiff-necked, again, like the brother said, our people are hard-headed. Even when you tell them not to eat, some basic as the dietary laws, but I'm just going to eat it in moderation. Well, that's why you don't have the type of body that you want. That's why you have these ailments. Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, like the brother mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I mean, that's our people. They don't want to listen. They actually hate the Lord. Because the Lord is all about life. And the Lord said, He is the creator of all things. Now, why wouldn't you listen to Him when He gives you a user's manual for your body? Why wouldn't you listen to that? But our people have been so destroyed, they just want to do what they want to do. Yeah, they don't want to follow any kind of laws.
Yeah, they don't follow after Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. That goes back to them being stiff-necked. But that Hosea 4 and 6, we keep quoting. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Your knowledge is towards your father, the devil, when your knowledge should be towards the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which is life, like the brother said. Baruch chapter 2, verse 31. It shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them a heart or a mind and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
See, and that's a cut to these people that say that we don't have the name, because the Lord said in our captivity we would think upon the name, and we have that name, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. I mean, so these other people, Christ bless and whatever that Jesus,
Christus.
I mean, it's simple. It's simple. The Lord spoke Hebrew, so He would have to have a Hebrew name.
That's right.
And we, have woken up to this truth, and we understand that we have that name now.
And uttering, things in the Hebrew tongue is the most powerful, language that you can push forward. Because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is the most powerful.
And I was just talking to a guy yesterday, and I explained to him that, Adam and Eve spoke Hebrew. And he was like, I never knew that. And I was like, well, you got to think, in the Tower of Babel, everybody spoke one language. And then that language was passed down through Eber, from Shem down through, his grandchildren and so forth, all the way down to Abraham. So, those are the ones that kept the language. The speech was not confounded for them. So, I mean, hey, Adam and Eve spoke Hebrew.
Baruch chapter 2, verse 33. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
And that's what we're doing. I mean, we're calling on the names now, and we're going back to those laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave us. Because we see what has happened. We see what has happened to our people. On a daily basis, you can go out and see that the Lord has performed these curses on us, and we wear them. A lot of us, we wear them like a badge.
Man, just roll through the hood. That's all you got to do. You'll see it clear as day.
Yeah.
Baruch chapter 2, verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that doesn't go to everybody.
Yeah, that doesn't include the other nations. Salvation is not for the other nations because they were never put under the curses. These other nations were never in agreement with the Heavenly Father to keep His laws. So therefore, He poured out His wrath on us, but He's going to take that away. And that doesn't apply to the other nations. So salvation doesn't go to them.
And I was going to say that Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, the curse is going to be put upon our enemies. And that's all our enemies, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, and the rest of you other heathen nations.
Well, let me get that real quick. This is Deuteronomy 30. I'm going to start at 3. Then the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, thy power, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. I mean, that just backs it up, you know. It's not for everybody else. The Lord didn't scatter everybody else, you know. So the Lord said that he would gather, you know, his people back from the lands where he had scattered them.
Okay. Back in Baruch chapter 2, verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised, which is the Holy Land, which is Israel, and ultimately the whole earth, and then ultimately the rest of the universe, because we're going to have mansions, you know, different planets across the universe. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. We're going to be fruitful and multiplying. We're going to fill up these other planets, especially here on Earth. It's going to be like the main hub.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to that Deuteronomy 30 and then 5. And it says, this is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 5. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. I mean, just backing it, just darn near word for word. It's just backing it up, you know.
And we're going to own Esau Edom's land because they're not going to need it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be in hardcore captivity for 1,000 years before you get eliminated. And then the last verse is Baruch chapter 2, verse 35. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. So we won't be removed anymore from Israel. We're not going to be plucked up and scattered abroad anymore. You know, we're going to have the slave trades. We're going to have, you know, the scattering, you know, and things of that nature. But, you know, the everlasting covenant, you know, we're going to rule in righteousness forever.
Yeah, and that covenant is the covenant for the second covenant is for the same people that the first covenant was for.
That's right.
You know, it's not for other nations. I mean, the Lord said he's going to make a new covenant with those same people. And those people came out of Egypt with Moses. I mean, you can't get around that. You can't supersessionism is not a real thing. You know, replacement theology. You can't replace the children of Israel as long as the sun still comes out, as long as the moon still comes out, as long as Esau Edom has not met.
Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So the Lord doesn't change, like the brother said. Hey, that covenant is for us, and it's gonna always be for us. You can take us out.
I mean, shoot, that's pretty much it.
Right.
You know, I guess we'll go ahead and close it out right there.
So with that, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, that's GMS. Peace and blessings to the Akim and a few Afwath across the four winds. Shalom and Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.